Warning, this podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there, MGTOW? What's going on out there in the manosphere? And this is your first time out here on the podcast KDR5. One of the hottest, craziest podcasts for the manosphere, MGTOW, in sales, whatever you want to hear, what I have to say. Well, it is what it is. I'm trying to be truthful about all the situations going on. So let's give shotgun to the dumb out here. Welcome to the shit show. It's a fucking shit show what I do out here, gentlemen. It is. It is what it is. So enough further ado. This is your first time out here. I started out with the intro and just wait for the gentleman to come out here and do the thing. So enough further ado. Intro, maestro. Here we go. Fuck yeah. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome. We are back on the scene. We are back on the scene. And tonight's topic is going to be very controversial. Of course, when you deal with race and stuff like that, it's very controversial. But I'm a philosopher. Okay? And let's put this in perspective. In my philosophy, MGTOW, man going their own way, is man going their own way. To me, it doesn't matter what kind of ethnicity or whatever. You going your own way. I don't give a fuck if you're black, Latino, Asian, white, Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. It's just men going their own way and doing their own thing. That's it. You know, like 3, 4 years ago, I was so amused how the philosophy it went in different parts of the world. I came out with this terminology, make Tawi worldwide, from Africa, from different parts of the world when the algorithm was working properly in YouTube. And I came out with this terminology, make Tawi worldwide, because men doing their own thing and shit like that. Asia and stuff like that. And then what I did the podcast out there in Spotify and shit like that. And I look at the countries and stuff from Tokyo, Japan, you name it. And they listen. In a small version, they listen to it. But in this podcast, I'm about to get in some controversial shit. And I don't give a fuck, okay? And the reason I don't give a fuck, because I look at this thing in a different perspective. And just bear with me, okay? I saw this older gentleman on Rumble, and he said economics, and he's out there on YouTube and stuff like that. He's not a content creator; he's a guest, and he put this thing in perspective. And he was real with it. He's an old guy, right? Old guy. You know, old man don't give a fuck. Once you old, they don't give a fuck. They say what it is and whatever. It doesn't matter. So it was an interview with him. I forgot his name. But he put this in respect that he talking about economy and so on and so forth and this and that. And then something that just dawned on me. And he said that the pay increase, and it hasn't been able to keep up with the economy. And there's a lot of white men that are angry with that. And that resonated with me, right? It did. But then I got to flip it, right? I got to flip it. It resonated with me and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, well, this is a gentleman who's, he knows about economics. He knows about this stuff. And he's well known. He's published and stuff like that. I forgot his name. But then it resonated with me, right? There's a lot of angry white men out there because they can't keep up with the 20 years of not having a pay increase for the labor. And he put the numbers and shit like that, right? And I thought to myself, that's very interesting. Very fucking interesting. And now this is the reality of how I see things. What I know throughout history, that white male have created Western society, especially Anglo-Saxon. I cannot deny that. I cannot. They have created the best inventions in human history. White male. I cannot deny that, man. Everything you look around, from the utilities to the iPhone to this and that, is being created by white male. It's true. It's true. Is it or properly or correct? Of course not. But it's being created by a white male. I'm being honest. I'm a realist. I'm not a naive type of man, okay? It was like maybe 5-7 years ago. It dawned on me. Then I say to myself, well, especially in the United States, if you're a male, especially being a minority male, you're gonna get punished by the court system than the Caucasian counterpart. And it took me. I was correct. I was really correct 7-8 years ago. It's a matter of time before the white male is going to be on the attack. And I'm going to tell you why. If you give me a few seconds here. I'll figure this shit out early, okay? Because I'm a student of history, especially when it comes down to Marxism. Now, let's put this in perspective. And let's go back a few years. And it's a stereotype, okay? They go out there and, they say that black men, they do this, they do that, and they rob and shit like that. And that element is out of the window. 1960s and 70s. The new man was the Latino, the drug dealer, the killer, and this shit like that. Well, that's out of the window. And then it became the Arabics and shit like that after 9/11. And they're all dangerous, and that's out of the window. So I figured this thing out. It's like, okay, so check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Who's next? The white man. And I was correct. I was 100% correct. And we're here. They check and then checkmate. To be honest, I'm being honest, man. Now, the problem is that us who already got checkmate, we understand the situation that it is. We get it. But those men who are naive, especially Caucasian men, they're still in some kind of denial what is taking place in today United States of America. Now, you understand one thing. You understand one thing, man. This Marxist ideology, it has polluted everything. When I see, man, Caucasian men complaining or expressing themselves why they can do this or why they can do that or why they have to hold their thoughts and shit like that, guess what? It was only a matter of time before it came to you. It's a matter of time. They checkmate the minorities and so on and so forth. Now it's your turn. That's how that cookie crumbles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you the bad news. And I'm not naive. I'm not naive, man. I'm not. I understand that most of my cities is Caucasian. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate women. I don't hate nobody. I don't have anything against any races or stuff like that. I don't. I really don't. But I do appreciate men. I do love men. I love men. for being men and who they are. Do I love their behavior sometimes? Like they act like a simp and shit like that? No, I don't. I really don't. What I'm trying to say that's taking place right now, right here, on 2023, is being implemented by different ethnicity of men. They locked up men for for bullshit. You got a little weed here, stuff like that, and you was this, and also he was forced to be real by white men for most part. I knew that the pancake is gonna flip over. Somehow, some way, he's gonna flip over. If you angry, my white brothers, my Caucasian brothers, you have the right to be angry, because you didn't know this. You didn't know what this shit is going to. You did not know what was taking place as we speak in the last 3 or 4 years. You did not know that. But it's here. I'm not, I'm not criticizing white men to be angry. I'm not. It's understandable. It's understandable. I get it. It's understandable, man. But you have to realize that there was a lot of men in this country who went to the same system. For some reason, somehow, I did not create it, but it's your turn. It's your turn to suffer. It's reality. It's reality, man. I cannot cover the sun with my hand. I embrace all my brothers, especially if you believe in a MGTOW philosophy. I don't give a fuck if you're Asian, black, white. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Man going their own way in general. I'm just putting this respect to what is happening in today's society. That's it. And if you're Caucasian, man, you got the right to be angry. Because I was angry how the system was polluted against me and other counterparts. And I figured this shit out like 7 years ago. It's going to take time before it's going to happen to the white male. And it's here. It's here. You are dealing with venomous snakes. As a male, it doesn't matter who you are. You are in a rattle snake pit. And they're all snakes. All snakes, man. You're dealing with snakes. I want to put this in perspective because and I'm not trying to like kiss ass to Caucasian male. I'm not. But in my point of view, so some of them have treated me really good. Some of them have treated me really bad. But that's besides the point. And to call all white male racist is nonsense. Because right here in my city, you see a lot of grandfathers, male white grandfathers, shopping with their biracial children. Either they're black and white, or they uh, Latino and white. I see them at the supermarket, at the retail store, taking care of the grandchildren. So this nonsense is bullshit. Same thing. I seen uh, black grandfathers with biracial kids and stuff like that. I seen it. Of course, it don't happen in Mississippi. It don't happen in Texas. It don't happen in different parts of the country, but it take place. And these white male, they love their grandchildren. It doesn't matter. I see them with my own eyes. With my own eyes. Taking care of their shorty. But that doesn't mean they want to face the same consequence like prior of the male counterparts who's not Caucasian. It was a matter of time before they did. And their time is here. You can see this nonsense. You can see this nonsense. They move up from this group of male to this group of male to this group of male and to this group of male. Of course, they got to take baby steps to accomplish the goal. You know, I do not watch TV. I don't watch commercials. I don't watch none of that nonsense. But I would notice lately, especially with YouTube and shit like that, there's like a lot of minority. I'll be honest. I want to be fucking brutal, honest shit. Okay? A lot of minorities in commercials. A lot of minorities, black, Latino, Asian, or they mix each other and stuff like that in commercials. It's bullshit. I see like diapers and stuff with imagery of Asian children and this stuff and like that. And in reality, it's not like that. Yeah, you can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's just like they have amped up everything, all the imagery that is not. It's like a fantasy type of shit, you know. Especially where I live out here, Listen, since I'm talking about Caucasian folks, out here, we got the craziest of the craziest white folks there is in town. In town, not in town, USA. These these folk are fucking crazy. They crazy. They nuts. I'm telling you, they are nuts. You cannot escape them. For heaven's sake, I was in a retail store and I saw this chick. She probably like 21 years old. She got a mustache. It's a chick. She got titties and shit. She got a pubic hair on her fucking mustache with different piercing in the lip and the nose and shit and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, how crazy this shit is. You know, how crazy this shit is. But anyway, enough about my city, man. My city's fucking nuts anyways. I'm gonna end up the live stream like this. It's just very simple and very easy. You know, any idiot, they can realize this thing. Because I have done it. I realize it, I understand it. The Caucasian male has created the most invention, technology. The way I see Caucasian male, not too much the females, but the male. These motherfuckers, they do shit that I will not do. All right? I'll be real, man. The white male, they do shit that I will not do, that I can even think of. These motherfuckers out there, they climbing mountains and shit. Or they do all kinds of shit, man. Hang gliding with this and that and doing all kinds of stuff. You know? And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's fucking pretty cool. I wish I can do that shit. I can do that shit. I can go out there on a mountain and climb that shit just for shits and giggles. These motherfuckers, they're explorers. That's what they do. They explore shit. Caucasian people, Caucasian male, they do that shit. They like to do different shit. Which in my mind, you know, I'm not able to comprehend how they do this thing, but they do it. And I appreciate it for it. Go ahead, climb that mountain. Go ahead, go out there in this motorcycle and do shit. Go ahead in a bike and do stuff like that. Or do a 350 and a skateboard. I don't know. What the fuck, man? They're always creating shit, man. I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. Come on. If it wasn't for the white male, what the fuck we would be in this country? Let's be real, man. These guys are explorers. They create shit. They adventurers and stuff. Listen, true story. Before I call this shit quits. True story. 10 years ago, I traveled from Washington State to California on a train. And I was visiting out there in Monterey, one of my relatives. These motherfuckers from Washington State, they graduated from the University of Washington. They graduated And there it was three males, three white males. Listen to this story, true story. We all got in from Tacoma, and I dropped off in San Jose, yeah, San Jose on a train. It took me 2 days, right? And something happened in Oakland. There, a person got run by a train, and we was waiting for like 2 hours on a fucking train. Somebody decided to kill themselves on a train and stuff like that. And these three white boys out there on the back of the train, they have binoculars and shit. And then they was so intrigued by it. And one of them said, "Oh my God, they just picked up his head from the train rail." I'm like, let me see that shit. And sure it was. Then I asked them, hey, where you guys going? I mean, where you guys going? We're gonna go to Peru on train. I'm like, what? Yeah, we're going to Peru. We're gonna ride the train from the United States all the way to Mexico, all the way to Central America, all the way to fucking Peru. I'm like, do you know Spanish? A little bit. I learned in college and shit. I'm like, are you guys crazy? Me, myself, I know Spanish. I'm a Latino. Do you think I want to catch a fucking train from Tacoma, Washington, all the way to Peru and Machu Picchu out there that want to visit? Fuck no. That's too much shit, man. Real stuff. I swear to God. If I'm lying to you, gentlemen, I will not wake up in the morning. It's a true story. It's a fucking true story. The explorers, they like to do shit. They don't know. They don't know what they're going to walk in out there in Mexico and stuff and shit. They don't know. They don't give a fuck either. They're like, we're going to make it to Peru and see Machu Picchu, whatever the fuck they climbing out there. I do not know, man. All I know, and they show me the passports and stuff like that. I'm thinking to myself, man, you guys got some fucking cojones to go from the States all the way and catch a train from Mexico and shit like that and stuff like that. You guys are fucking crazy. I let them know they're fucking crazy. You got to be fucking crazy to do this shit. You got to be. They're explorers. They like to do things that we don't like to do. You know, we don't like to do stuff like that, you know. And I do appreciate the invention and the creation of the Caucasian male, of any male. But I'm not naive. I'm not naive to understand who created what and who created who or what not. You know, I'm not. I'm a rational male. And look at this thing for the last 10 to 12 years. And how things have flipped upside down. The whole fucking shit is a... It's pretty much a fucking shit show. I would not call it disturbing, but I call it like more like like insanity. I don't know. Have you guys read the Bud Light with a transformer out there? Or saw the video or the clip or whatever, and I thought to myself, holy shit. Just put a fork up. Just put a fork out here. We all done. We all done. It's done, son. Like they used to say in New York, it's done. We done, son. We are done. I don't know if Budweiser did it for clickbaits or whatever. I don't have one clue what corporation do and shit like that. But I remember Budweiser. He was one of those guys thing that you drink and shit. Me myself, I don't drink Budweiser because that's fucking. I'd rather drink cow piss than Budweiser myself. But you got a good old boys who drink Budweiser, I guess. Yeah. This is insanity. Oh my god. But anyway, I just want to talk about this issue that I'm in to talk about for quite some time, and the time is here, you know. And I'm just a philosopher. I'm just doing observation. That's all. You know, I come to the realization years ago that it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're black, if you're Asian, if you from different ethnicity group. As long as you're a male, you fucked. Because we live in a gynocentric government society. And they don't appreciate men at all. They don't. They really don't. It doesn't matter what you ethnicity is or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as you're a male, you fucked. Like I said previously, it started with this group of male, that group of male, that group of male, and now it's here. I don't know what else to tell you, gentlemen. I really don't. Well, gentlemen, it's been a long day for me. I've been in a grind and stuff like that. And I just decided to open up this live stream since Cock2 having blocked my cock in my live stream. And I just out here, you know, expressing my opinion and my philosophy. Or our philosophy. Or like the Italian used to say, like, La Cosa Nostra. This thing is ours. Or our thing. Well, like I said, gentlemen, peace. State MGTOW. I'll definitely catch you next podcast, videos, community posts, whatever. Let the universe be with you. I'm out.